Hey witches, Tiffany here. If you don't already know me, today I'm going to give you a simple ritual to honor Samhain. At Samhain, it's important to take at least a moment to honor the natural end of the life cycle and acknowledge that without death, there can be no rebirth. Here is a simple ritual just for that purpose, and to request the end of other things you hope will soon come to a close in your life in the coming year. The following ritual is all about aligning yourself with the meaning of this Sabbath. It's for acknowledging where that energy and its influence exist in your life and showing gratitude and/or acceptance for its effects. I would also suggest performing this prior to any other spells or ritual workings you may want to utilize the energy of this day for. If you're looking for intentions and spell work that can be enhanced by casting near or on Samhain, you may want to consider spells for cleansing, banishing, grief acceptance, intuition, communication with the dead, of course, and overcoming fear. As with all spells that I provide, please feel free to customize the wording, actions, and ingredients to what feels right to you. You can even adjust this ritual to make it a group or coven activity. As usual, this will also be in an article on my website, linked down below in the description box, so you can kind of read the instructions at your own pace. So first, the ingredients. You're going to need a basic altar setup. This can be makeshift or portable. It's just something that will function as a workspace during your ritual. You'll also need 2 to 6 candles and a lighter or matches. Tea light candles work great for this particular ritual. The number of candles will depend on how many things in your life died in the past year that you wish to acknowledge and how many things you wish to use this ritual to end in the future. I recommend keeping them equal. For every one thing you're ending with this ritual, you are acknowledging one thing that has already come to its natural end, although keep in mind they do not need to be a related pair. Next, the instructions. The best time to perform this, of course, is on Samhain at night. Get as close to that as possible if you can't do that actual day and time. Also note that the entirety of this ritual should be performed in solemn silence. If you wish to include your own incantation or prayer, just recite it silently in your mind. Before you begin, I suggest you create a list of 2 things. 1 to 3 things that died in the past year. This could be the end of a relationship, a job, a bad habit that you got rid of, a general phase in your life, whatever. It does not matter if you were happy or unhappy that it ended, and I would encourage you to have at least 1 of each. Meaning one thing that you were like, yay, awesome, that ended, thank goodness, and one thing that you were upset ended. I recommend that you do not consider or use the literal death of a loved one. You will be considering what purpose was served with this metaphorical death, and it can often be a painful and fruitless endeavor to try to make sense of the death of someone you cared about. The next thing you should create a list for is 1 to 3 things you would like to see come to an end in the coming year. This could be an unhealthy relationship, a bad habit you want to stop, unemployment, a health issue, and so on. Each of your candles will represent these items. I recommend making a physical list so it's easier to focus on your ritual in the moment rather than trying to remember your list items or coming up with them on the spot, which can really mess with your distraction and focus. If it's part of your practice, cleanse your tools, ingredients, and space. Arrange your candles on your makeshift altar in front of you in whatever formation you like. It could be a circle, a line, you can alternate things, it's whatever. You should begin the ritual with the candles that represent the dead items on your list unlit, and the candles representing the items on your list that you wish to die should be lit before you officially begin. You can begin by casting a circle or opening sacred space however you prefer if this is something you incorporate into your craft. If not, then jump right in. Sit before your candles and altar. Take a moment to ground and center. Look at the first unlit candle that represents something in your life that died in the past year. Consider what purpose it served and the energy it carried before it came to an end. Now think on what purpose was served by its death. What was able to be born or reborn because it died? Depending on your feelings regarding this ending, either project your feelings of gratitude for its end or project your need for acceptance of its end. When you're ready, light the candle and know that in doing so, you're acknowledging that this item's purpose lives on. Now look to your first lit candle representing something you wish to come to an end in the coming year. What purpose has it served, if any? And how or why did it stop serving that purpose? How do you see this item coming to a natural end? How would its ending make you feel? If this item were to die, what would have the opportunity to be born or reborn now that it's gone? Blow out the candle when you're ready, and in doing so, know that you are bringing about the death of this item. If you have more than 2 candles, repeat the process for each pair of items. Really take your time with this. Don't rush it. There's really no need to rush it. I know you probably have a Halloween party to get to, but it's totally worth your while to really invest into this. You're not only utilizing the energy of this Sabbath and of this day, which is very powerful, but you're also honoring it at the same time by using it, saying, hey, this is useful in my life. I want to acknowledge that and make more use of it. End your ritual with your chosen closing phrase, whether that's blessed be, as I will it, so shall it be, the end, thank you, goodbye, so mote it be, etc. And of course, say that silently in your mind. If it's safe to do so, allow the lit candles to burn until they naturally extinguish on their own. Final notes on this. So seeing as how you're a normal human being, like I always say, with responsibilities, your schedule moves around, don't feel like crap if this year or in any other year to come, you simply don't have the time to pull off a full ritual. Like I said earlier, if you need to do it at a different time or day, that's fine. Yes, of course, it would be best to do it on the night of Samhain, but that doesn't always work out. Just do it as closely as possible. However, if you really don't have time to sit down and do a full ritual, here are some other ways to honor the Sabbath in a more time-friendly manner. You can, earlier in the month, create an altar to honor the deceased and include symbolism of what has either literally or figuratively died in your life in the past year. On the night of Samhain, burn a candle in your window to guide the recently deceased to the spirit world. Place out an offering to the dead, especially if you do not have time to host a dumb supper, which I have linked down below if you're interested in learning how to do that. Create a list of all the things in your life that have died in the past year. Even without doing the entire ritual, you can take time to jot down items as you think of them over the month of October and just take a moment to acknowledge each one. Now, if you have an abundance of time and you're looking for more rituals to do, I will be coming out, because I realize when I publish this video it will not be out yet, I will be coming out with a video on a witch's New Year pumpkin ritual. Now, this is a remake of a previous video I already did, so if you've already seen that, sorry, it's nothing brand new. I just really wanted to remake that video because it didn't really take off for a few reasons, I suspect, so I just want to redo it and give it the time the attention that it deserves. If it's already out, if you're watching this in the future, a couple weeks after this video has been released, it will be linked down below already, or I'll probably pop it on the screen here. If it has not been released, we'll make sure to subscribe and ding the bell for notifications, because then you'll get a notification when that video comes out in, I believe, 2 weeks. It will come out right before Samhain, the Witch's New Year, so don't worry, it will be there. If you're interested in learning more about the history of Samhain or other ways to celebrate, you can check out these videos over here.